Just who are the real Men in Black? Hi and welcome back to Conspiracy Team. Just who are these mysterious people wearing shades and black suits? Well, just as they are portrayed in the movie Men in Black, these men are government agents or alien beings who work in secret to keep any data of any alien encounters or UFO sightings under wraps to the general public. Today I will show you real Men in Black encounters that took place. Sightings of the Men in Black date back as far as 1947 with fisherman Harold Dahl, which took place on Maury Island in Washington. Harold Dahl and his son reported a flying saucer sighting from their fishing boat. In fact, not just one, but 6 flying saucers in the sky above them. Apparently, one of the ships dropped multiple waste into the lake, which killed Dahl's dog and injured his son. Harold told his friends and family around town about the traumatic event, and not long after was visited by a mysterious man dressed completely in black. This man told Dahl never to speak about the matter again and deny everything. There was a doctor by the name of Herbert Hopkins who worked as a UFO consultant in Maine. He received an important phone call regarding a UFO incident in the area from a UFO activist. But only moments after receiving this call, Dr. Hopkins was visited by a man dressed in black who warned him to destroy all the information that was given to him by the activist when he arrived and everything he had currently had in his possession. Dr. Hopkins was skeptical of the man in black until the man in black used a particularly spooky scare tactic. The man in black correctly guessed that Dr. Hopkins had 2 pennies in his pocket and asked him to remove one and hold it in the palm of his hand. He then went on to make the coin in his palm disappear without ever touching it. Dr. Hopkins said the coin simply faded from existence. The man in black then inquired if Dr. Hopkins had ever heard of the alleged abductee called Barney Hill. When Dr. Hopkins said he believed Barney Hill had died a few years earlier, the man in black replied, "Barney didn't have a heart, just like you no longer have a coin," implementing that Barney had been killed by the same dark magic. Hopkins was so scared by this encounter, he went on to burn all his alien research, and from that day forward had repeated trouble with his phone line, suspecting it had been tapped. Next we have the story of Jim Templeton, who was spending time with his daughter in the countryside of the Solway Firth. Solway Firth is in the border of Scotland and England in the UK. Jim took a photo in the field of his daughter and had a surprise of horror when it was developed. He noticed a strange man in a spacesuit standing behind his daughter. Jim had the photo checked by Kodak, the company responsible for making the 35mm film, which the photograph was taken on. Kodak verified it was a real person in the frame and not a laboratory error. Not long after, Jim was visited by two government agents, dressed totally in black, who referred to themselves simply as Number 9 and Number 10. These men in black demanded Templeton show them exactly where the photo was taken. But when Jim informed them that he never saw the spaceman in the photo in real life, the men in black grew hostile and stormed off. The photo got a great deal of publicity worldwide, and later Mr. Templeton was contacted by a missile launch pad in Australia that two figures resembling the spaceman in the photo were spotted on their security footage. Creepier still, the missile that was launched from that site in Australia was produced just 20 miles from where Templeton took the photo from. At a hotel in Canada, where the manager was a little disturbed when his bellboy informed him that the previous day the hotel had been visited by two tall men dressed completely in black. They demanded to speak to the manager. They had heard the manager was speaking about a UFO sighting that he had recently encountered. Upon discovering the manager was not around, the two men in black stirred up a frenzy, talking about government and conspiracy theories. They apparently had no facial hair, no eyebrows, and was incredibly tall. But scariest of all, they both had identical faces, as if they were twins. They had very pale skin with large blue eyes and what looked like wigs attached to their black hats. They can both be seen in this CCTV footage, the only CCTV footage of these agents ever released on the internet. In this encounter, receptionist Nicole gets a visit from a Men in Black agent who hypnotizes her and gets Nicole to leave with him with her camera. Just what was on that camera? Ethan, an office colleague, was the last person to see Nicole alive before he went out for lunch from the office. If you keep an eye on the front left window, you can see the MIB agent arrive and stop just to the left of the green plant in the corner, and he looks like he's looking through the window. There he is. Is he looking through the window at Nicole? In a second, you will see him walk around to the front door. So now you can see they are in conversation. It looks like here Nicole shakes her head and asks the MIB agent to leave. She then grabs the office gun. If you watch the agent's hand to your right, it looks like he uses it to control Nicole to lay down the weapon. Then it seems as if he points to her handbag for Nicole to get out her camera. Nicole then walks around and it looks like she's been hypnotized and leaves with the MIB agent. Nicole was never seen again since that day. She leaves the office gun on the side and didn't take her handbag with her. She just leaves with the camera. Just what photos was on that camera? Forget you ever watched this episode. You was never here. Thanks for watching, Conspiracy Team.